Hello students, in this video we are going to study the remaining exercise of chapter 4. The chapter name is Sorting Materials into Groups. Class 6, Subject Science, NCERT. So before starting the exercise, let me recall what we had seen in the chapter. So we had learned that anything that has mass and occupies space is called matter, and that matter which is used in making an object is called material. Then we had seen one example of an object and material, that is wooden chair. So in wooden chair, chair is an object and wood is the material. And the objects around us are made up of large variety of materials. Then we had seen that a given material could be used to make a large number of objects, and it is also possible that an object could be made of a single material or of many different types of materials. And based on that, the materials or objects are sorted or classified into groups on the basis of their different properties. So that property is appearance, hardness, transparency, color and shape. On the basis of these properties, material or objects can be classified into many various groups. There are many different ways of sorting object. The example is on the basis of the material which is used in making the objects like glass, metal, plastic, wooden, paper and clay objects. And generally the objects are sorted or classified on the basis of the some of the properties, and those properties are appearance. In that appearance we are classifying them like shiny objects and non-shiny objects. On the basis of hardness we are classifying them as the soft material or soft objects or hard objects. On the basis of other property, that is solubility. So based on that we are classifying the objects or the material which are soluble or insoluble in water or different kinds of liquid. Then on the basis of their property, that is floating, that is objects that are float on water or sink in the water. And the last property is transparency. So on the basis of that we are classifying the objects that are transparent, opaque and translucent. We had already seen what is translucent, transparent and opaque objects. Then after we had seen some of the exercise. Textbook solution we had seen, and then extra exercise. In that we had seen MCQs, fill in the blanks, answer in one word, then true false and question answer in the one sentence. Now here in this video we will see short answer type questions, scientific reason, then difference, classification and matching. So now let me start the remaining exercise of this chapter. So in that next question we are continuing the question number, that is question 6. Answer the following questions in short. In that first question is, why is wood not used for making cooking utensils? If you had observed that the cooking utensils which we are using at our home, that are not made up of wood. So why wood is not used for making cooking utensils? So food is cooked in the utensils and hence utensils are often heated. It should be heated. So if cooking utensils were made of wood, they would catch fire as soon as they are kept on the gas stove. Here one correction is that kept, K-E-P-T. So if we are heating them on the high temperature of, or the utensil which is made up of wood, if we are putting them on the gas stove, then cooking utensil, there is the high chance of catching the fire. That utensil will catch the fire, and that's why hence cooking utensils are not made up of wood. So this is the reason why the cooking utensils are not made up of wood. The next question is, on what basis do we sort objects? So objects are sorted on the basis of their appearance, hardness, solubility, transparency and whether it floats or on water or sinks in the water. So these are the some of the properties basis on which we are classifying or we are sorting the objects. That is, objects which are float or sink in the water, then after transparency, hardness, solubility, appearance. On the basis of this property we are classifying them. Next is, in how many different categories can be material classified on the basis of its transparency, and give 2 examples of each. Basis on the transparency, in how many categories we are classifying the objects, that we have to write. So here the answer is there. The material can be classified into 3 different categories on the basis of its transparency. And that 3 different categories are: first is transparent material, then after opaque materials and translucent materials. So first is transparent material, that means the material or the objects through which we can see properly. So those kind of materials or objects are known as the transparent materials. So example of those kind of materials or those kind of objects are glass and water. So glass and water are the transparent materials. Next is opaque materials. So the materials or objects through which we cannot see, so those kind of materials or substances are known as the opaque materials. So the example of opaque materials are wood and iron, through which we cannot see. So this is the opaque material. Next is translucent material. So the objects or materials through which we can see but not clearly, so those kind of material or objects are known as the translucent materials or objects. So the example of those kind of materials are oily paper and sand glass. Oily paper, that means a paper on which you are spreading the oil or you will find the oily patch. So through those kind of papers you can see the objects which are kept on the other side of that paper, but you cannot see them clearly. So oily paper is the translucent material. Same as that sand glass, we had seen the example of frosted glass. So through this sand glass you can see the objects which are kept on the other side, but you are not able to see those objects clearly. So sand glass is also the example of translucent materials. So these are the 3 different categories in which we are classifying the objects on the basis of transparency, that is translucent material, transparent materials and opaque materials. Now the next question is number 4. What are the benefits of grouping materials? Why we are grouping or classifying materials? So what we are getting the benefits from this? So the benefits are given to you. Grouping material has the following benefits. In that first one, similar objects are placed together, making them easier to locate. If we are putting similar kind of object together, then it is easier to locate or to find those objects. As we had seen the example of shopkeeper. A shopkeeper keeps eatable items in the glass or plastic jar, or you can say the items which are eatable at the one corner, then after the other items like soap they are putting in the some other corner, and grains and pulses he is putting at the different part of the shop. So it is easier to locate the objects if we are classifying or grouping the objects. Next is dividing materials into groups make it easier to study their properties. If we are dividing materials on the basis of their properties, then it is easier to study their object's property or the properties of those objects. Next is grouping also helps to study the pattern in the properties of the material. By grouping we can find the pattern, common pattern which is there in the property of the materials. The next advantage is it becomes easy to take a stock of the material and also can get information about the shortfall of the material. By this grouping or classification, we can get the information that how much material, how much objects are available with us, and we can also get the information about shortfall, that means the objects which are lacking or which are less in stock. So we can find those kind of the information by the grouping of this material. So these all are the benefits of grouping materials. So this is why we are grouping the materials on the basis of their properties. So here our short question answer gets over. Next question is question number 7. Explain giving scientific reasons. In that first sentence is the showcases kept in shops have glass doors. Why the shopkeepers kept glass doors? Keeps the showcase glass. Showcase has the glass doors. Why? So the reason is the glass is the transparent material, and if the shutters or the doors of the showcase are made up of glass, the goods that are kept in the showcase can be easily seen without even opening the shutter. If the shopkeeper keeps the shutter or door of the showcase which is made up of glass, then it is easier to see what items or what objects are kept over there in the showcase without opening the door of that showcase, because the glass is the transparent material, and hence that is why the customer can easily see the available product and shopkeeper can easily sell those items. So this is why the showcases kept in shop have the glass doors. So here one reason gets over. And the next question is give points of differences, or write the differences between transparent material and opaque materials. So the first difference between transparent material and opaque material. So in transparent materials, the materials through which we can see clearly are called transparent materials. The materials through which we can see properly or clearly, so those kind of materials are known as the transparent materials. In the opaque materials, the materials through which we cannot see, so those kind of materials are known as the opaque materials. The next difference between these two is their example. So in transparent materials, the example of transparent materials are glass and water. So glass and water are the transparent materials. Whereas in the opaque materials, iron and wood are the opaque materials. So these are the difference between transparent materials and opaque materials. In transparent materials, so the materials through which we can see clearly, so those kind of materials are known as the transparent materials. And in opaque materials, the materials through which we cannot see, so those kind of materials are known as the opaque materials. Then the next point is the example of these two different types of materials. So glass and water are the transparent materials and iron and wood are the opaque materials. Now the next question, the exercise, that is question 9. Classify the following. In that first classification is classify the following materials into transparent, opaque and translucent materials. So before that, let me recall what is transparent, translucent and opaque object. So the object through which we can see clearly, so those objects are known as the transparent object. Then next is opaque. So the objects or the materials through which we cannot see, so those materials are known as the opaque materials. And translucent, so the objects through which we can see but not clearly, so those kind of objects are known as the translucent objects. So here now let me classify this. The objects or the materials given to you are wood, spectacle lens, muddy water, iron, water, frosted glass, fog, that means haze, or you can find that in the winter season, fog, that means haze, or frosted glass we had already seen. It is similar to the sand glass through which we can see but not clearly. Next is air, brick and stone. So the first one, transparent material. So first here we classify wood. So wood, as we had seen, it is the opaque material. Next is spectacle lens. So we are using that spectacle lens in making the sunglasses or spectacles. So it is the transparent material. Next is muddy water. From this muddy water we can see things which are there in the river or in the pond, but we cannot see them clearly, so it is the translucent material. Next is iron, through which we cannot see, so it is the opaque material. Next is water, as we had seen, it is the transparent material. Next is frosted glass, so it is the translucent material. Next is fog. So this fog we can also see but not clearly, as we had find difficulty to drive the vehicle in the winter season, so that is the fog. So the reason is fog, so it is the translucent material. Next is air. So it is also transparent material. Brick, through which we cannot see, as we are making the wall which is made up of brick, so it is the opaque material. Next is stone, through which also we cannot see, so it is the opaque material. Here it is answer the given to you. Transparent materials, so spectacle lens, water and air are the transparent material. In opaque materials, wood, brick, stone and iron, these are the opaque materials. And next is translucent materials. So muddy water, frosted glass and fog, these materials are the translucent materials. So now next classification, classify the following materials into soluble in water and insoluble in water. So first, what is soluble in water? So the substance which have completely disappear, or you cannot see them, or dissolve in water, so those substances are known as the soluble substance in the water. And the substance that do not mix with water and do not disappear even after we stir, or you can say we mix for a long time, so these substances are known as the insoluble in water. So now let me classify this kind of substance. The name of the substance given to you are sugar, glass, iron powder, alum, saltpeter, sulfur, washing soda, iodine, lemon salt, oil, honey and plastic. Here some new names are there: alum, saltpeter, washing soda and lemon salt. These all are the salt. In first here saltpeter, so let me know about that. It is also known as the potassium nitrate, or it is the nitrate salt. People are using this as the major source of nitrate. The next, lemon salt is there, so it is you can also identify this as the sour salt or citric acid, and it is added to food items as the preservative, or for the flavor we are using this lemon salt in the different food items. So now let me classify this all. So first, sugar. So sugar is the soluble in water. Next is glass. So it is insoluble in water. Then after, next is iron powder. It is also insoluble, or you cannot mix in water, so it is insoluble in water. Next is alum. So it is soluble in water. Then after, saltpeter. So it is also soluble in water. Next is sulfur. So it is not soluble in water, so it will come in the insoluble part. Then after, washing soda. So it is soluble in water. Next is iodine. So it is not soluble, so insoluble in water. Lemon salt. It is also, we are adding this in the food item, so it is soluble in water. Next is oil. So it is not soluble, it will float on the surface of the water, so it is not soluble, so it will come in the insoluble in water group. Then after, honey. So you can check this, the honey is also soluble in water. And then after, plastic. So it is not soluble in water. So now let me see the answers. First is soluble in water. So sugar, alum, saltpeter, washing soda, lemon salt and honey. These all items are soluble in water, or you can say these all items are disappear or dissolve in water when you are adding these items into the water. So these all items are soluble in water. Next, second is insoluble in water. So glass, iron powder, sulfur, iodine, oil and plastic. These all substances are insoluble or they do not mix in water or do not disappear even after you stir it for a long time. So these kind of materials are known as the insoluble in water. So here your classification gets over. Now next question, let me see. That is, match the following. So here I had written the answer directly. You can also write the directly answer. In the column A, the different materials are given to you, and in the answer or in the exam in column B, it is the property of these materials will be given to you. The first is copper. So copper is hard. So it's property of the copper that it is the hard. So your answer is directly given to you. Next is wax. So it is soft. Third number is glass. So the property of glass is it is transparent, through which you can see. So the glass is transparent. Next is mixture of water and oil. So as we had seen earlier, these two items will not mix with each other. So the answer is do not mix. If you are mixing oil with the water, that do not mix with water. So here the matching answer of the matching is already given to you. So here our exercise of this chapter gets over. You have to write this exercise in the homework in your notebook. And at the end, let me see what we had seen from this chapter. So we had seen the objects around us are made up of large variety of materials. Then we had seen a given material could be used to make a large number of objects, and it is also possible that an object could be made of a single material or of many different types of material. And different types of material have different properties. And some materials are shiny in appearance while others are not, and some are rough, some are smooth to touch, and similarly some materials are hard whereas some materials are soft. Some materials are soluble in water whereas some others are insoluble, and some materials such as glass are transparent, some materials such as wood and metals are opaque, and some materials are translucent, like shiny oily paper or sand glass. Then we had seen materials are grouped together on the basis of similarities and differences in their properties, and things are grouped together for the convenience and to study their properties. So here our chapter 4, that is sorting materials into groups, gets over. In the next video we will see the next chapter. You have to write this exercise in your homework in your notebook. Thank you.